everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby. I'm a second year university student studying music education and I play the oboe. And today I thought that I would make a kind of controversial video. I'm going to be ranking all of the symphonic band instruments from the ones that I think are the best to the ones that I think are maybe not so great. Let's just get started. I figured I would go roughly in like score order for ranking these instruments because your girl was a symphonic band assistant. Score order is just how I live my life. Okay, first instrument is gonna be, where is it? Piccolo. I have a lot of very strong feelings about the piccolo. As an oboist, I have to sit right beside the piccolo and it's pointing into my ear. So back when we could do symphonic band in person and I sat beside the piccolo player, our piccolo player would always warm up on his highest notes on the piccolo and would do it directly into my ear. So if we were going to be in person this year, I was actually going to buy like musician earplugs to wear because I'm pretty sure that would have damaged my hearing. But anyways, I'm just not a fan of the piccolo. I don't think it adds much to... There's going to be so many angry flute players and piccolo players at me. Okay. Whatever. I don't think it adds a lot. I think, especially like in a symphonic band setting, unless it's a professional piccolo player, they usually just don't sound good. So, honestly, starting it off rough, we're gonna have to go with the D tier. Sorry, piccolo players. Okay, next up, flute. Flute is, of course, better than piccolo, but it's still not one of my favorite instruments ever. It's just, I don't know, I have so many friends that play the flutes, I feel bad, but it's just not one of my favorite instruments ever. There can be some really beautiful flute music, but it's just, I would never just listen to flute music, you know? So, it's not as bad as piccolo, but I still am not a huge fan, so we're gonna put it on the C tier. Oboe! Wonder where that guy's gonna go. Pretty self-explanatory. I play the oboe, so if I didn't put it in the top tier, I would probably get in trouble, so... Oboe, for sure. Best instrument ever. Okay. Clarinet. Now, this is some character development for you. I used to hate the clarinet when I was in high school. Like, if you would have asked grade 12 Abby to rank this, I would have put it in the D tier because I hated clarinet. Absolutely hated it. But now that I'm in university, I am really involved with the clarinet studio because our oboe studio is so small that we attend the clarinet studio classes, which is really, really nice. So I've gotten to hear a lot of really amazing clarinet players play and hear what the clarinet is actually supposed to sound like. And I've just got to listen to a lot of great rep for it. So I really like the clarinet now. So character development for you. Grade 12 Abby. She would never have believed that I would rank this so high, but I think I'm gonna have to go A. I really enjoy the clarinet. Like, there's some amazing rep out there, and I love Gershwin clarinet. Like, Rhapsody in Blue. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. I wish I could play clarinet so I could play that piece on clarinet. So, okay, next up, what do we have? Oh yeah, bass clarinet. I don't know. I like it, but it's not as good as clarinet, in my opinion. It adds a lot to symphonic band pieces because it's like a low woodwind, which is pretty different, but I don't know. It's probably gonna have to go C. I'm not as big of a fan of bass clarinet for some reason. Okay, next up, bassoon. Now I'm a double reed player, so I feel like I have to rank the bassoon high, but I don't really like the bassoon that much. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of experience with bassoon players. We had one in high school, and then we didn't have one in high school, and then there was one in our band program in university last year, and then she graduated. So I just haven't had a lot of experience around good bassoon players. Like, I mean, obviously the one that was at university was pretty amazing, but I don't know. I haven't listened to that much bassoon that I would be like, yeah, this is a great instrument. But I don't know. I think it's gonna have to go C. I think C is just where like the mediocre ones go for me. Okay. What's next? I'm kind of going in a weird score order. It's probably not true score order, but whatever. Alto sax. Now I have 3 pictures of saxophones on here, and I can't remember. I think this one is the alto sax. So, whatever. Alto sax. Also not a fan. I'm just gonna be ranking all the brass ones higher than all the woodwind ones. So there's that. Alto sax. It's fine in jazz, but honestly, in symphonic band, saxophones are just, I think, sometimes unnecessary. I'm really not a big fan of saxophone. It's not as bad as piccolo, but alto sax is gonna go C. Everything's gonna be C. We're tending towards almost a nice normal distribution here. Can you tell I'm taking some stats courses? Okay, next up is tenor sax. I used to play tenor sax, so I'm a little bit biased. I still would love to play, I just don't have my own tenor sax. So it's been like a year and a half since I've played it. But I'm just not a huge saxophone fan in general. I started playing tenor sax so that I could play in the high school jazz band, and I ended up being able to go to Cuba and do a bunch of really fun trips with the jazz band, and I loved it. So I love the tenor sax in a jazz setting. I think it's super fun. But in a symphonic band setting, I mean, I'm gonna have to rank it higher than alto sax because I do like it better than alto sax. I think it's got a nicer tone. But it's just gonna go B. It's not amazing to me, even though I've played it. It's whatever. Okay, and then bari sax. Bari sax, I think, is actually really fun in symphonic band. They get to do all the oompa, 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 oompa with like the horns. I don't know, which I love. I love those lines in symphonic band. But again, it's a saxophone, so how good can it be? I'm sorry to any saxophone players out there. I'm really sorry. You should have played the oboe. Okay, I'm gonna put bari sax on the same level as tenor sax. French horn next. French horn I love. If I had to play a brass instrument, it would be French horn. I love the sound of French horn. I think it's a challenging instrument, but when it's played well, it sounds beautiful. So I think French horn is like on the same level as clarinet for me. It's pretty high. It's pretty high up there. I really like it. So there's that. Okay, euphonium. Which one of these is euphonium? These pictures cropped so badly. I think this one is the euphonium. So we'll pretend the one that you can't see the bell on is euphonium. Euphonium. I don't know. I think the euphonium is it's a cool instrument. It can sound really beautiful. Is it like my favorite thing ever? Not really. I think euphonium has to go on C. Like, there's a bunch of instruments that I'm just kind of like, whatever, you know? Okay, euphonium, what's next? Trumpet. What to say about the trumpet? Here's the thing. I think, what do I think about trumpet? I don't know. Why is this so hard for me? Trumpet. I have so many mixed feelings about trumpet. I'm not a fan of the ego of trumpet players. If you know me, you probably know that. I've probably ranted to you about that before. But I feel like in my university, the trumpet players aren't very, like, ego-filled, egotistical. But in high school, oh my gosh. And they weren't even that good. Like, most of them weren't very good. There were some who were really good, but those were the ones that didn't have an ego, you know? It's so weird. But there's, like, yeah, there's a stereotype that trumpet players have big ego. And it's pretty true, but yeah, now that I'm in university, it's really not. But as far as the instrument goes, what do I think about the trumpet? I really like it. It's fun. It's really fun in band pieces when you have like fanfares and marches and stuff. The trumpet definitely brings just such a unique color to the piece that I think is very, like, I don't know, I think it completes the sound, you know? I definitely like it more than I like the flute, the bass clarinet, bassoon, so I think we'll put it on B tier. I didn't think I would rate trumpet so high, but trombone. Trombone, I think, sorry, the lighting is like changing and the sun is shining into my eyes. Trombone is another really fun instrument, if I had to choose like to play a brass instrument, it would probably be between French horn and trombone, because you get to go like I think that would be super fun. I'm just being honest, I've never had the chance to play trombone before, so I really hope I get to learn it at some point. I'm sure I will get to learn it at some point, but it's such a fun instrument, and I went to high school with a lot of really good trumpet players or trombone players, which is kind of weird. So I was lucky enough to like hear it played well in my high school years. So I don't know. I think it's gonna go B tier as well. I don't like it as much as I love French horn, but it's a pretty cool instrument. Okay, we're on to the last two, tuba and percussion. I chose like a weird stock image of percussion because I'm like, what do I use? Okay, tuba. Tuba is a super cool instrument. I think anyone who takes on the challenge of playing the tuba, like, kudos to you, because I think it would be super hard. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not a brass player, but I think it would be super challenging. Tuba players are that instrument that has to put up with playing like the most boring line ever so that everybody else can play their nice little lines, you know? So, as somebody who gets to always play the nice lines, the melody lines, thank you. Tuba players, we love you. But the instrument, again, like, I don't listen to a ton of like tuba heavy music, like, but it adds such a great sound. So B. It's gonna go B. I don't know. I don't know what my criteria is for ranking these. I'm just whatever I'm feeling today. Okay, and last but not least, we have percussion. So, percussion. What do I think about percussion? I think I've actually grown a lot in like my appreciation for percussion since I've gotten to university, because we have freaking amazing percussion people. At one of my concerts last year, they performed a piece called Garbage? I think it was called Garbage. I don't actually remember, but it was on trash cans, and they were like playing on the trash cans, and they were tossing their sticks like across the stage, and they would catch the sticks and keep playing. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I think my eyes have just been open to all that you can do with percussion, which is super cool. I think it's gonna go B. It's pretty cool. I'm a fan of percussion. Okay. Our tiering is complete. I love the oboe at the top and the piccolo at the bottom. That's absolutely where they belong. You cannot argue with me on this. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of fun. Interesting to see my comparisons, for me to be like, yeah, this instrument is better. I never really thought that clarinet and French horn. Do you see how bright this is? 1 minute. I can't even talk. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I really did not even do an outro in my last video, which I realized after I posted it. I'm like, I didn't even really say anything. I was just like, bye. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. I make lots of different content. I'm kind of exploring different things this year. I am making a point to actually post more this year. You can hold me to that. I'm going to do it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you disagree with any of my rankings. Let me know in the comments. Let's debate. Let's see what you think about these instrument tierings and rankings. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!